think one of the most incredible things about this property is that you could buy this home with as little as $13,000 down. And some of you might be like, all right, how are you sure about that, Renzo? Well, yes, you can. And so today's video, we're gonna be taking a beautiful tour of this property. And then at the end of the video, I'm gonna break down exactly how you can buy this house with as little as $13,000. Let's begin. For anybody new to this channel, my name is Renzo Montiuti and I'm blessed to be the host. And on this channel, we really do informational videos. I show you new areas here in Central Florida and give you tons of insights into the real estate world here in Florida. And if this is your first time, I just want to give you a big virtual hug and welcome you to the channel. Now, today we are back in Ocala, Florida, more specifically in the unincorporated part of Ocala called Marion Oaks. This is an area that has been getting so much growth for all of the beautiful properties they have in here, the quarter acres, the half acres with no HOA, no CDD. And today I want to show you one of the hottest listings here in Marion Oaks. This property features 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2,330 square feet with a quarter acre of land with no HOA, no CDD. And you already know what that means. It means no one can tell you what you can or can't do with your piece of land. So you want to put that shed, the RV in the back, you definitely could do so. And you have a few neighbors, not specifically right here, but in the community that have the same thought process as you guys. If you have a boat, you want to build a trailer, an extra garage, a little casita in the back, a shed, you have no problems doing so. Now, this is a new construction home built by Adams Homes. And you know, they've been around in the area and I've showed maybe a couple of their homes in the past, but the reason why we're here today is because they offer great incentives. Not only just that, they build a quality home at a great price, right? The average price per square foot here in Marion Oaks is about $170 to $175 a square foot. This house right here is selling for $150 a square foot, which is insane. And that's what you can expect with Adams Homes, is you're gonna get a lot of house for your money. And they recently did some bigger upgrades to their properties. They listened to feedback that realtors like me give them to give the consumers a better experience. So when we get inside, we'll talk all about that. Now, for anybody who's not familiar with Ocala or Marion Oaks, I want to just give you a little mental understanding of what it is here and what is Marion Oaks, where are we, and how close are we to things. So first thing, Marion Oaks is unincorporated, 44,000 lots in this whole entire area. It is absolutely massive. And a lot of people here come because it's affordable housing with a quiet, peaceful way of life, but also very close to commercial centers. So you're only 15, 20 minutes away from Highway 200. I like to call it your commercial row here in Ocala. All of your restaurants, they just opened up a brand new Sprouts. You have your Bravo, Chipotle, Mexican restaurants, Colombian restaurants, Bonefish Grill, movie theaters. You got it, like anything, right? My 3 favorite places to visit are Market Street at Heathbrook, downtown Ocala, and the World Equestrian Center. And then in terms of nature parks, I love going to Shalom Park, go for a walk, have a picnic, whatever it is. Silver Springs is about 30 minutes, Shalom is about 20, and then Rainbow Springs is about 30 minutes as well from here. And truly, that's one of the most underrated things about Ocala. Also, we cannot forget, this is the horse capital of the world, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're an equestrian enthusiast, or if you're thinking about getting you or your kids or your family and friends into the equestrian scene, you're in the right spot. On a grander scale, we're an hour and 15 minutes from Orlando, which is where we just came from, an hour and a half from Tampa, Florida. We're 2.5 hours from Jacksonville, 50 minutes from Gainesville and the University of Florida, probably one of the biggest and best universities in the entire state in Gainesville. And then down south, if you need to get down to Miami, it's about a 4.5 hour drive. Or you can go to Orlando, get on the Bright Line, which is a train, takes you straight to Miami. So that's pretty cool. If you need to work while you're on the trip, it's something a lot of our clients do coming from Miami. Speaking of Miami, también te quiero dejar saber, yo hablo español, mi mamá es venezolana, mi papá italiano, so también podemos apoyar en cualquier manera en español. Now, I don't do Spanish videos anymore. I would look at Roger Brito, so really pop in TikTok. So if anybody's interested in looking at Spanish videos, Roger Brito is the channel to go to. Now, with all that being said, you know, I mentioned something about the $13,000. I want to be very clear, open, and transparent with you, just the way I am with my clients. You know, this builder offers incentives where they're going to pay your closing costs. They give you special interest rates, and then an FHA down payment's a little over $12,000. And then you might have some extra prorated taxes on the land, which isn't much, and then dock stamp tax. So overall, you're gonna be around $13,000 buying this house if you go FHA 3.5% down. Now, there are other alternatives and things that can increase it or decrease it, but that is totally up to you. And we're gonna talk about all the different scenarios at the end of the video. If you're a veteran, if you're doing conventional 3%, if you're doing FHA, and what are the differences between those loan programs and which one's gonna be the best fit for you. So make sure to stay tuned to the end where we're gonna break down everything you need to know. But for now, let's go ahead and get started. Now, you got a nice long driveway leading up to your 2-car garage. I like to think Adams Homes architectural style is just very traditional. You have the 30-year architectural shingle roof, a nice sleek gray color. Here at the front of the home, you're gonna have this nice landscaping, nice light fixtures on the exterior, the paneling, the front door, and a tall entrance, which just makes it feel a lot more elegant when you're coming in. Let's check it out. Now, as we enter into the home, I want to try and help you guys portray the feeling you get when you walk into this house. Because ultimately, what I've known as a fact is when people end up buying the right house, it's more of a feeling. It's like, hey, I felt right in that house. That house felt like home. That's typically the feedback we get. And once you enter into here, it feels tall, it feels big, it feels spacious. It does give you that homey feel. Now, a few things here. You're gonna have really tall ceilings. You're gonna kind of have it layered differently in different parts of the house, which is really unique. One big thing Adams Homes changed, and we always gave them feedback on, is they used to put carpet here in the living room. Now they put the nice scattered tiles, which is a really good upgrade. So in the main areas of the house, no carpet. Now, right off of the front door, you're gonna have a flex room. Now, this is not a bedroom. This is a flex room. So you have a massive space here, big windows, 2 facing the north side of the home, 1 facing the east side of the home. And this is gonna be that perfect play area, kids room, meditation room, prayer room, whatever it is that you guys believe in and wanna utilize that space for. And of course, in a home office, a lot of us work virtually. Now here, this is gonna be your formal dining space, can easily fit that 8 to 10 person table. And then, my friends, here we are. There's an abundance of space, you can feel it. You can feel the space in here, it's tall ceilings. You got the nice column kind of giving it a little separation between the foyer, front area of the house, the dining and extra flex room. Perfect place to set up your TV, windows facing the south side of the home. Really, you got it all. Now here in the kitchen, we are gonna have Formica. Now, they call it the luxury Formica. I know what you're thinking, but I'm just here to present it to you, okay? You're gonna have your double sink, your cabinets, all kitchen appliances except for the refrigerator come with the home. And of course, that's what realtors are here for. I'm here to try and talk to Adams Homes and get us a refrigerator, right? If we continue through, we're gonna have the same tiles. This is gonna be the laundry room, no washer dryer. Again, that's what realtors are here for. And then the 2-car garage, you're gonna have your electrical panel, your water heater right over there, and then it should be coming with a garage door opener as well. Now, if you follow me this way, imagine you just got home. Like, hey, honey, I just got home. You take a right, or you could go in the kitchen, or you take a right, and here's gonna be a guest bedroom. It's gonna transition into cozy carpet. Me personally, I kind of like having carpet in the bedrooms. Closet, window facing the east side of or west side of the property, my apologies. Now we went out, we took a right, we're going down the hallway, and here we step into the next guest bedroom. Same exact finishes, same thing, same closet. Only difference is the window is facing the south side of the home. And then there's another bedroom right here, same thing, same size. About 12 by 11 feet, window facing the west side of the property. And then these 2 bedrooms here in the kind of in the southwest corner of the house is gonna be sharing this bathroom with nice double sinks, your toilet, your tub, and you're gonna have a nice door that goes out to your back patio. So that's a really good thing that Adams Homes has always done, is they've had a lot of access to the back patio and the outdoor space. So now, my friends, let's get into the primary bedroom. Now, here in the primary, cool thing, you're gonna have the nice tray ceilings with the crown molding, double window facing the south side of the home, and the door out to the back patio. Really big room. And it's also a cool thing, like, you know, if you were getting creative and wanted a house hack, you know, you could close off that door, put a little kitchenette, you have the tub, and you could rent this out. because it has private access. You put some pavers to go around the front of the house. Those are just like investor ideas to house hack a property, not necessarily if you're looking to live in it. Here are gonna be 2 closets, one for him, one for her, store all of our clothes, and there's a pretty good amount of space between the both. And then we step into the primary bathroom. Double sink, one for him, one for her. Here's the toilet, here's the walk-in shower, and behind me is the tub, which right now in Florida, it's hot. I could go for a bath right now. So here we are, this is the primary area. Now, let's go ahead, let's step outside. So here we are stepping out of the primary bedroom, and we step into the covered lanai. Now, living in Florida, having a covered lanai is never gonna hurt. If it's hot, you can spend time in the shade. You can get a fan out here. And then also so much room in this backyard for you to build a pool. Another cool thing is you have no neighbors to the side, to the back, and to the other side. So you have really good privacy here on this property. And this is a home that's gonna sell quick, just being real. When you look at the price per square foot, when you look at the lot, when you look at how close we are to I-75, I've been in the business long enough to know when properties sell quick. This one will sell quick. Hopefully to one of you guys. Now, ultimately, this is where you can create your experience, some pavers, cabana, and these are things like whenever we work with clients, we always offer them a service if we have the people available. I have a really good worker who does work at a really good price and very precisely. So whenever I recommend us doing work, put my name behind it, of course, so we're gonna make sure everything is perfect. So if you ever need anything after closing, we're here for you. If you wanna paint the house, if you wanna put pavers in the back, build a cabana, those are things that we can do and talk to you about to give you the full service. So we're trying to be a one-stop shop to make it as convenient for you. But let's get back inside, talk those FHA, conventional VA numbers, and let's have some fun. Come on. So here we are at the end of the tour. Now, I just want to speak heart to heart for a second. For anybody who's new to the channel, my name is Renzo Montiuti. I'm born and raised here in Orlando, Florida, and I've been a Florida native my whole entire life. And I'm so excited for you to join the channel today and see what we do and also get to know who we are and how we do business. And I'm here really to showcase you guys. When I sit down and we have team meetings, it's one of those things where I'm like, hey, we really don't have anything to sell. We just have a service to give, right? And we believe that if we give a great service and truly over-exaggerate the communication, make sure you guys understand every step of the process deeply in detail. We show you the best properties. We have the market knowledge. We know the off-market properties. And then ultimately, we show you how we keep your money safe. We demystify this process of real estate. So we've created a formula that's honestly been proven. It's helped so many of our clients just get into properties and really just be happy and helping people get to the next chapter of their life. And that's our goal. So that's why we're here today, to help you get to that next chapter of life. Now, with that being said, let's get into the nitty gritty about this property. This home is currently for sale for $351,000, and they're offering to pay all of the closing costs of the buyers. Now, not every single builder does this. Some builders have investors that the investor paid the builder. The investor bought a piece of land, they paid the builder to build a specific floor plan on the house, and then the investor is up to giving closing costs or negotiating, and he's the one running the show. But when you work with kind of like bigger builders like Adams Homes, this is where they offer incentives to buyers because they have such good systems where they can save a little bit money here and there and also give extra incentives so that they can sell the houses quicker and keep the money flowing. So those are things to remember when you're working with independent, smaller builders versus working with kind of bigger box builders. Now, we always give recommendations on builders that we like and don't like, and I'm not gonna sit here and bash any builders, but if we ever meet in person or you meet with my team, we're gonna steer you away from the ones that we don't have a good history with, or the ones that don't have really the best reputation here in Central Florida. So that's another perk of working with the realtor. We don't want you guys set up in a place where you might regret it in a few years. Now, in terms of talking about the $13,000, I just want to kind of run some numbers with you. So I have my phone, bear with me. If you need a second, go grab some pen and paper. We're gonna do some numbers here. So this house is $351,000. And let's say you're buying this house as a primary residence and this is your first home purchase. You can use an FHA loan with as little as 3.5% down payment. that means that down payment is $12,285,000. Now, if they're paying all of your closing costs, you really just have your down payment to worry about, and then maybe some prorated taxes, right? But when you buy a house that's brand new, you only pay taxes on the land the year it was built. So if it was built in 2025, you're still only paying taxes on the land this year. Next year, you start paying taxes on the property. So those are some important things to remember. Also, dock stamp tax. Florida has no state income tax, but the way the state makes their money is with dock stamp tax. The formula is wild. I don't even know. Like, I tried talking to a few lawyers and title companies, and they're like, Renzo, we really don't know how they do it, but roughly they like to say, you know, on a traditional home, 300,000, 400,000, 500,000, it's gonna be anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000. So let's just call it on average 2 grand. So those are pretty much some things that you might have to consider when buying a house, but that's all there really is to the closing costs, the lender fees, the title fees. It's all gonna be covered by Adams Homes. And also they're offering special interest rates as well, which is pretty neat. All the way as low as a 4.99, 5.5 conventional, and some really cool stuff. And these do change here and there, but right now we're in a buyer's market where builders are a little more aggressive to get buyers better deals so they can keep moving the properties. Year over year, the average days on market went up from like 54 days to 68 days. So right now, that's kind of what we're seeing here in the whole Central Florida area. Let's go ahead and say you already bought a property with an FHA loan, and now it's time for you to maybe buy another primary residence. You know, you want to keep that FHA property. You can do another FHA loan, but there are restrictions to it. You have to be outside of 100 miles and a few other caveats. But what you can do is go with a conventional loan. And there is a conventional loan program where you can do as little as 3% down. So 351,000 of 3% of 351,000, that's $10,530 as a down payment. Again, same thing, closing costs covered. You just worry about your prorated taxes on the land, which might be $100, and your dock stamp tax, maybe a credit report fee, not even that, but literally less than $13,000. You can buy this house. Now, if you're a veteran, you can go with a 0% down payment, closing costs covered. We have veterans getting paid back at closing, which is incredible. Sometimes there's a lot of fluff in the real estate market, and I wanna show you guys the truth. You can buy homes like this. If you have 20% down, that's great. You know, you can still get special interest rates, you can still get your closing costs covered. But if you are looking for that affordability factor, maybe you're moving from South Florida or New York and you just want to get in a house with as little money down, this is a great option, and it's a great area that's growing in Florida. On average, homes are appreciating about 3 to 5% per year here in Florida. So those are things to consider when you're thinking about not just buying a place, but also a future investment, right? If rates do go down and inflation does go up, there are a few things that go up with inflation, and that's real estate, stocks, bonds. So buying real estate, yes, you know, everybody wants to try and time the market, but one of my buddies said, the most important thing is the amount of time that you're in the market. If you're ever ready to buy, that's the best time to buy. Not waiting for prices to go down or rates to go down or this or that or, you know, whatever's going on, because if you plan on holding it for more than 3, 4, 5 years, you're gonna make money back on that property. You're gonna build a significant amount of equity in that property. And I know there's a fear behind it. There's a fear of the unknown in anything we do. But if you call us, we're here to demystify that process for you and make it nice and easy for you to make a calculated decision for your family. You're never gonna feel pressure from us. You're gonna feel like you just took a real estate 101 class when you get on a conversation with us. So if you guys do wanna reach out about this property, more properties here in Central Florida, we'd be happy to help. I have a real estate team of 9 people. If you wanna contact us, we are open to working with you in your preferred way of communication. It could be through email, it could be through text, it could be through call, or you go on our website and you can just browse homes until you're ready. Also, if you're curious about how much you can get pre-approved for, we have a 60-second pre-approval link down below in the description. So if you're curious about that, you can use that link just to get a quick estimate. And that is with our preferred loan partners called Home First Lending. Ladies and gentlemen, I love you all so much. Thank you for the support, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.